There we go. Okay, so we're doing offline recording, just started it up. Reason wise, it seems that like Twitch's VODs transferring over to YouTube is getting destroyed again for whatever reason. I don't know why. I did a VOD transfer test and then a offline transfer test of the same type of clip. I basically played the clip through the stream and then also I recorded it offline through my end. The video I submitted was a lot cleaner, a lot less pixelated and jaggy, so and a lot less blurry. So I guess we're gonna have to start doing offline recordings and uploading them instead of doing the Twitch transfers for now. Twitch, for whatever reason, is lowered down their quality. But what I really want to get to, starting off before I start up the stream, is a big humongous shout out to Furry Pursuer, friend of mine, friend of the stream, of course, whenever he's around. Because unfortunately, due to the time differences, he rarely gets to catch my stream, but I usually catch his because I'm up till like 4 o'clock in the morning. But he gave me a sub. He actually subbed to me when I wasn't streaming, something like in the middle of the morning type deal. He just randomly popped by and subscribed to my channels. But huge shout out to him and a big thanks as always. All right, so let's get started today on to not Sonic Mania, a great game, not Second Son, a game that surprisingly still looks really amazing. Actually, I downloaded this. This was like I think it was pretty close to a launch game if it was not a launch game. No, it wasn't a launch game, but it was close to it. That game really looks amazing. It's part of my games I want to try again when I get when I get done with this and go back and give games a second chance, because I didn't really hate this. I just kind of lost interest in it and started playing other games. We're continuing on Final Fantasy VII Remake for now. And I went through also yesterday and finally got my screwdriver set. Cracked open the PlayStation 4, which actually was not that dirty. My PlayStation 3 was like far, far worse shape and condition, like with all the hair and dirt and everything else. And the PS4 has a lot better airflow, I guess. It is really, it was really clean in there. I like to use the compressed air to lightly blow out a little bit of the radiator and a little bit on the fan. There was like almost nothing on it. It was kind of shocking. I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, so those weren't dirty at all. Those weren't really causing the overheating. Those, as I suspected, was just the it was just all the buildup from the thermal paste not like working as well anymore because it had gotten old, and that was confirmed when I got down to the chips. And the thermal paste on the chip itself was like almost gone. It was like barely covering anything anymore. It's like very spotty. And then like because they used too much, like on the outside of the chip, yeah, like all completely dried up. I mean, it's all like firmly pushed together, but it basically the thermal paste had dried out. So it was a good thing that I popped open my PS4, got to it, re-thermal pasted everything. It's beautiful. Got all put back together correctly. And it's like my PS4 is making like no noise right now. The only noise it makes is like the Blu-ray drive. Other than that, it's silent. I'm like, because I forgot like how quiet the PS3 was, like how the PS4 was compared to the PS3. Because I've been playing my PlayStation 3 a lot when I got my PS4 like 7 years ago, the launch unit. And I was like thinking like, wow, man, the PS4 is really quiet. And then after years of playing it, you don't realize the noise kind of sneaking up on you. Until you play a game like this or Warzone where it really starts cranking out the processing and stuff, or Spider-Man, another intensive game that's pushing the system to the limit. And then like you go through and re-thermal paste it, and it's just running silent. There's heat coming out the back. I mean, you put your hand back there and tell that the fan is still working, so that's good. You know, heat escaping. It's not like the fan wasn't hooked up or anything, and I'm gonna fry my system. Load game. And so that was pretty crazy. So I was like, okay, cool. So I know I've experienced taking apart a PlayStation 4. They're a lot easier than PlayStation 3s. It's a little bit harder to get some of the plastic parts off this. You know, like basically you gotta lift them up and over because they like snap in place really hard. That's like only the tricky part to it, really, but a lot better design than the PS3 was. Alright, so I had gone through and did the elevator scene. We'll go back to that later. I actually recorded that, like what happens if you take the elevator versus climbing up the stairs. So we'll play that a little bit later. We're going to go back to Shinra building. We're going to go try to rescue Aerith and meet a certain lab experiment. Cat dog or dog cat lion thing, whatever you want to call him. I just call him Red 13. been a nice day, so I've had the window open. Cold currently, but you know, I don't have like a little curtain up there to block out the sunlight or so. My cat's up there staring at me and like, dude, what are you doing in there? What's going on? Is everything okay? Alright, so we just got done with the meeting. We overheard the meeting of executives in the building, like, and you find that Reeves is trying to rebuild everything, and they're like, nope, we're not going to do that, screw that. And now we found out what floor I believe Aerith and Red are on, so we're going to go running down there like crazy to get them. Yeah, we gotta follow Hojo back to his lab.
Walking the halls of this very building, who would have believed it? I wonder... were I to arrange a face-to-face... how I should like to meet their offspring.
But we gotta keep them separated. My favorite offspring song.
Must have answers. A simple psychoactive agent should suffice. Nothing likely to cause any long-term damage.
Yeah, he's got his crazy plan, like he did before, but like now he's like even crazier. Like where he's trying to breed Aerith. And that is a long staying open door. That security is very lax. Shinra head of security needs to rethink their policies for having follow-throughs. And also, Hojo should have made sure that the door closed behind him so people couldn't slip in. I mean, this is like basic building security 101. Come on, people. This game has gone down a notch in my review. Not really. It was kind of funny is Genovi, who is a really awesome YouTuber. You should follow him. That's how you spell his name. Follows me on Twitter, and I on him, which is funny because I'm a nobody, but he follows me, but he's a big YouTuber, and I'm not, but anyway, he's playing this game himself, and he was at chapter, I think it's chapter 9, where you meet, 8 or 9, where you meet Aerith in the slums, and the part where you have to go hand over hand across the ceiling to get to her. He was like on Twitter complaining about that. I'm like, dude, did you have these crazy things like I did have? Like I explained exactly like how you'd be holding up and Cloud would just like go forward and stop, turn around, go to the right, turn around, go forward, stop. It's like yeah. I'm like, okay, it wasn't just me. It's like confirmation that part is just bugged across the board for everybody. You get to that part, it's just absolute nightmare. He's like, it was just like he almost made me want to quit playing the game. He told me. I was like, dude, okay. You know, like he wrote back, it's like it's really frustrating. I confirmed to him that like later on I didn't tell him like spoiler reason wise when it happens. I'm like, there's a similar segment kind of like that later on in the game. It runs perfectly, like when we did it here with Aerith, not Aerith, but Tifa, that handlebar section, perfectly fine, no issues. But apparently that part in the church is completely bugged up for everybody. Okay, I want to make sure there wasn't like a hidden chest there or something right there in front of the door. It's a nice place to work. I mean, they got a vending machine, a little rest area right here. Yeah, I forgot I don't have any money because I bought a whole bunch of new defensive items so I can like link together materia for defensive purposes. Oops. That reminds me, what do I have on for equipment for everybody? He's got fire, that's fine. Lightning's bound to him. Tifa's got fire bound to herself. Okay. place I can go. I love that Hojo is like even creepier and evil in this game. They like amped him up like to the nth degree.
This one. This is definitely the one.
So I apologize if you're watching me go like around and just looking at stuff like this. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, everybody's good.
Yes, yes. Why didn't I think of that earlier?
Don't move. I ain't bluffing.
What is this?
A dozen bullets in your head, unless you open that door right now.
All I had to say was we're here for the breeding program. We heard you mention that.
You must be the ones who've been stirring up trouble lately. The eco-terrorists?
Something like that. Sure, why not?
If so, I can't imagine what business you have with me. The president's upstairs. Go on, shoot.
Excuse me.
Shut up. Keep walking. None of y'all better move a muscle.
Do stop pushing. Unlike you, I am less accustomed to physical violence.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah, it's like
What is it
wrong
that
thing
you
to say to a
want?
violent person.
Our friend. She's in your lab.
Really?
Tell us where Aerith is.
Oh, so she's your friend. Well, well, well. In that case, yes, that might do the trick.
Mind speaking up, son?
It's nothing. Just imagining how she might react if I were to present to her your fresh corpses.
Oh no! Who could have seen this happening but anybody?
I promise. You will regret this.
Okay, this is either going to be a pushover fight or a boss fight. We'll see. That's a boss fight. Versus Cthulhu? Okay. Apparently Hojo has Cthulhu in his lab. You keep all autonomous movements, swarm around patient, apparent to protect threats. That's the big specimen thing there, okay. And where is he? There he is, big guy. Lesser resistance to lightning, okay. Alright.
Need a breather.
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
Speaking of people subscribing today, Nimix is back! 14 months, like the madman. What's up, Nimix? So I now have 3 subscribers to my channel. Yay! My friend Furry Pursuer actually subscribed to me when I wasn't streaming, of all things. I just logged in today and I'm like, holy crap, so I have to thank him for that next time I see him. Yep, 3 subscribers, so it's you. I think he gave T-Wallace, or Twallace, a gift sub, and then Furry Pursuer subscribed to me as well. Fire it, if you mind. You would please.
Hope you don't mind if I finish for the hole. Bring it home.
Great. No holding back.
Right now we're fighting against, literally against Cthulhu, so... Okay, well then. That happened. Crap, I was wondering what that was like.
Hang in there.
Okay, so this fight's gonna have to be a restart. So they're not really weak against lightning, which is fine, but I really need to take out the smaller people first versus Cthulhu. For me. Yeah, it seems like that stupid clock keeps picking me up, so maybe I should focus on that instead. Usually, like, when we get into, like, a boss fight, it's like, okay, just either focus on the main body or, like, the back tail, which doesn't matter. Seems like this might be reversed because we're getting to late game. Might have to actually start focusing on it. Oh, before I forget, let's see. The elevator! So, last time I played, I took the stairs. So, we had, like, the long, humongous climb, and Cloud and Aerith and, Barrett are all, like, sniping each other and just, like, really, just generally upset. You know, they were not happy about having to run 60 flights of stairs. So, I had a save right before that. I'm like, well, what happens if I take the elevator? So, I recorded that. Let's find out what happens if we take the elevator instead. Let's see what my audio looks like. Nothing. Too loud.
So what can we expect further up?
Way too loud.
More security and restrictions.
Okay, so this is what happens if you take the elevator. Let me, looks like it might not be focusing out the voice anymore.
So what can
Okay, we're
we
good.
expect further up?
More security and restrictions. It's not gonna get any easier.
10th floor. Doors opening.
Intruders!
Ding dong! So you get into a fight, like, right away. Like, you barely get 10 floors up, and then all of a sudden you have to fight people.
Here we go.
So of course, it's a super easy pushover. So then I go over and, like, I start checking the door, so I see that, oh, there's, like, ways to exit. Because as you're climbing up, you see things like 10th floor, security division. So I was wondering, like, oh, maybe you can get off there and explore and see if there's items to pick up. You're trapped in every single well room, so no matter where you get off the elevator, you can't go and explore. It's just get back on the elevator and keep going back up.
Wasn't expecting that.
Think anyone knows we're here?
Nah, we took him down quick.
Going up. Doors closing. Wonder if it'll stop again.
People ought to try using the damn stairs sometime.
If it happens again, we'll deal with it like before. We got this.
That didn't take long, did it?
20th floor. Doors opening.
Move aside.
Poor guy's going on the ground where he's smacking him down the ground. It's like, please, I'm on the ground, show mercy. Never.
Oh, we're done here.
Going up. Doors closing.
Straight on up to the top now. Come on.
We just keep getting waylaid, don't we?
If you want to take the stairs.
Now that you mention it, no.
30th floor. Doors
This part I love.
Heads up.
This is a good battle.
Could be trouble.
going up. Doors closing.
I was expecting like the sword like to stop the doors from closing.
Normal people work here too.
Sadly, that didn't
Probably
happen.
called for help.
Because Domino mentioned like you scared a secretary half to death.
Gonna be next.
I'm like, what are you talking about? And apparently, no matter what you do, if you take the stairs or the elevator, he says that line about scaring to death like one of the secretaries.
Yeah, we're safe here. What about you, Mom? You okay? Good. That's a relief. What? Oh, they gotta be kidding.
Going up. Doors closing.
No, we haven't heard anything new yet. But they told us that Avalanche could attack again at any time. Just get somewhere safe,
Going
okay?
up.
Yeah,
Doors
about that.
closing.
A whole lot of normal people with families and friends work for Shinra. People just trying to support their loved ones as best they can. I know it's not exactly a revelation, but it's easy to forget.
A good man who serves a great evil is not without sin. He must recognize and accept his complicity. He must open his eyes to the truth that his corporate masters are profiting from the planet's pain. Only then can he redeem himself. I know you know this.
I do.
Tifa. We need to focus on saving Aerith.
I know. I will.
59th floor. Doors opening.
And that's where you get off, and that's where it's just like when you see the scene with Scarlet and she's trying to make materia and it blows up. But I found that humorous, especially the part where like the secretary walks in and just like walks right into a sword right into her face. Alright, so let's see, desktop audio off, turn up my personal speakers. We found out that, crawled through the vents last time and found out that Hojo has Aerith, and he's talking about wanting to breed her. He's like, yes, I should breed her. That way we can find out, like, I'll have more people to experiment on. You just, like, find out, like, how evil and crazy Hojo is, which he's, like, he's evil and crazy in the original game, but, like, he has just been amped up, like, so incredibly far in this version.
You must be the ones who've been stirring up trouble lately. The eco-terrorists? If so, I can't imagine what business you have with me. The president's upstairs. Go on, shoot.
Hell, it instantly sells out the president. It's like, yeah, go kill him. I don't care. What do I care? Just don't stop my research. Dissecting your friend like a meat puppet.
None of y'all better move a muscle.
Do stop pushing. Unlike you, I am less accustomed to physical violence.
You'll get used to it.
What is it that you want?
Our friend, she's in your lab.
Really?
Tell us where Aerith is.
So she's your friend?
It's like, oh, so you wish to breed with her. Okay, I get that.
In that case,
You're big and handsome.
yes. That might do the trick.
Gun for an arm, you can have other
Picking up
attachments on
some.
there. Like a
It's
spatula when
nothing.
you become a
Just
husband and do the
imagining
cooking.
how she might react if I were
Yeah,
to
she'll do
present her
fine.
more fresh corpses.
And the reason why I let this entire thing play out again is because if you missed it before, literally I'm going to be fighting Cthulhu. There's no other way around it.
I promise. You will regret this.
do it right. No holding back.
Okay, and he poisons.
After you.
Okay, let's go.
All right, watch and learn. Pull yourself together.
Let's see. Jeez, not again. Come on, man. Be cool for once, man. Be cool. Does Barrett have haste? No, I can't see right now. This fight's not going well from the start.
Let's make it hot.
Okay, Barrett. Does anyone have... Oh, jeez, I took off haste. That sucks. That's bad. I don't... We need that. So you have like cure, you have like haste, and then you also have stop, which is like really good. So I mean, you can like make people slow down their HP gauge.
It's on you.
Need my help, do you?
Spells. No, they're weak against thunder. Hurts them, so let's do wind instead.
There's a whirlwind coming your way.
Let's do this.
Let me handle
Dude, stop!
Bring it on.
Okay, who do we got for 7? Shiva, Ice, Ifrit. Get our buddy Ifrit in here.
You're up.
Wreck some houses. Do some demolish. Hopefully audio is still okay once again, like, cause it seems just weird. It seems like every single time I stream, like something weird goes on with the audio. I have to set up for it. The Barrett. Actually, we'll have Cloud. Crimson Dive on our friend here. Nice without more. Okay, great.
No need to panic.
Watch and learn. I'm coming for you. What the hell?
Yeah. Like, hell, come on, man. Be cool. You are decidedly not cool right now.
Gotta love it. Damn it. Special delivery. Hit fire. What the hell?
My turn.
weird, like, they gave me some attack damage for it, but like it must got cut off by the final attack here.
Thanks. Get ready.
Please don't move.
I see you.
So hopefully he's not healing from this. I don't think he is. I think he's just summoning more garbage every single time I kill those things. No, he's making him stronger. Oh, and they're bombs now. Okay, that was a thing. Yeah, I was afraid the game was going to do that, and it did. Can't say I'm too surprised, really. Let's see. Phoenix down.
Got some fight left in you.
Stay strong.
I can't see what's going on. Game, come on. As soon as I get rid of... As soon as I heal myself, like from poison, the game's like, no, have some more poison, please.
Hang back.
Don't give up. I'm just getting started. Gonna pull back. Gotta stick it out till the end. Yeah.
Alright, Cloud, why don't we have you get him up? For me. Away. My damage. Yeah, the camera is... usually it's pretty good, but sometimes it just turns into like your biggest enemy in this game. It's not the worst I've ever encountered by far, but it can be pretty annoying. Buddies, let's do triple flat, but good damage. There we go.
Take him down.
We'll get through this.
Where are you
I've
at?
got this. Nothing personal.
There we go. And we killed Cthulhu. I had a pretty productive day then. So I'm like, guys, before you run off after him, how about we, like, you know, heal up and stuff? So we got a lot of these things, might as well use them instead of all the potions. Or the healing spells and the MP. Well, that's good. Getting your life back is awesome. I wholeheartedly endorse that measure. I'll stand by that. Just like getting a little more free time, or like things like kind of settling down a little more. Okay, good. There we go. Met your goal. So a lot of work left to be done, but you're meeting your goals, so the hard stuff's over. Excellent. That's great news. So it's the worst when you're just like swamped at work and it's just like it never is it ever going to end? Sometimes it doesn't, but yeah, it seems like it's calming down, so that's excellent for you. That's good to hear. Always good news. Oh. Once again, like a moron, I'm like, oh, look at this. Yeah, there's a bench. I could have saved those potions and stuff, but what? Oh well, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Hey, it's Red 13. Which sadly I've heard it's already been spoiled for me, but you do not get to play as him in this game. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, it's so late in the game.
Very impressive. I really must thank you for providing me such invaluable combat data.
Cocky little egghead, ain't you?
The results provided by my predictive models indicate that this force should be more than capable of handling you.
Y'all about to learn predictable.
We're taking Aerith back.
Oh, take her back, you say? Correct me if I am wrong, but did the girl not come here of her own free will? Or do you mean to tell me that she is your personal property?
Oh, just so
She
creepy.
only came here to save Marlene.
I'm afraid you misunderstand.
Alright, so
But
kill
I
the jobbers.
really can't be bothered to explain. This facility is home to extraordinary specimens that will change the world as we know it. Do try to be considerate.
No holding back.
Cloud, where are you going? That's nowhere near anybody. I just want you to know that. You should feel stupid.
Keep it together.
Gosh, he doesn't have fire? Ah, he took all the good stuff off him. Let's see, riot troopers, die.
That's all die here. Don't stop now. Hurry up.
My turn.
Xavier thought it out. Guy as big as Barrett, about a woman that big, still proportionally the same size as Tifa, hundreds of pounds more. Would you still be attracted to her? Yes. I've actually dated smaller women. The lightest one I've ever dated was like 105 pounds. And you could like literally like see her ribs through her shirt, like if she stretched like with her arms overhead. And it wasn't like she was starving herself. This girl like would out eat me before my weight loss surgery. I mean, it was like literally like, where do you want to go on a date today? It's like, where do you want to go eat? She's like, Quiznos, and she would eat like 3 large sandwiches. I'm just like, where is this food going? And I was like 370 pounds at the time, and he was out eating me. And I'm not gonna say like go into the details, but we did have a physical relationship, but yeah, it was like you can get attracted to personality and stuff and so forth. So bigger guy, much bigger than her, and she was like 5 foot too. I mean, like not 5 feet 2 inches, like just 5 foot, just about barely. So yeah, she was like a small little lady. So yeah, it can happen. You can make it work.
Looks like your models got it wrong.
Yes, an unknown variable, perhaps. Well, no matter. Reinforcements will soon arrive.
But will they get here in time to save you from me?
It's like, and who are you?
Why are you a soldier?
Yeah.
No, not quite. Oh, now I recall. My memory was mistaken. My boy, you weren't.
Ooh, Hojo's gonna spill the beans. Hojo knows he's not a soldier. So the fake goat's gonna show up. Yep, there they are. The fake goat's like, no, you can't tell him that he wasn't a soldier. Like, hey, you're screwing up the timeline. Knock it off.
Cloud!
Barrett.
This game is a sequel. That confirms it. And once again, it's a sequel.
You came for me.
Yep.
You good? I'm great.
Mechanical Star Wars Jedi
Thanks
here,
for
I
saving
guess.
my lead. I owe you one.
Save it for later.
Allow me.
It's on you.
All set.
Guess it's my turn.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Come on. It's like, just literally like, oh, he's about to cast that spell. Hit him, quick. Take him out.
Bam! No holding back. Deal with that.
Let me handle it.
All right, watch and learn. Don't you let up now.
Time to end this. Don't think you'll walk away from this. Give it up.
Still have to die for some reason. Okay, let's see if it doesn't hit me out of this.
Give him your all. There. Ha. Bring it. It's on you.
And try to get Cloud out of the way. It just did not work. Kira, Barrett.
Now you go all out.
Hurt me.
Do something.
Yeah, we gotta get Cloud back up.
Knock on this. Guess it's my turn.
Need to heal up.
Aerith, you okay? Thank you.
You just asked that.
Let's get out of here.
I mean, why didn't you help us that you're standing there like a twit? Come on. I've seen you fight, girl. That was
What the hell
different.
was that thing?
We need to go. Aerith!
What the?
Come on.
Aerith knows. Okay, does anybody have... She does, good. From downtown! Okay, like I said, always run around, explore. Want to make sure I'm not missing something, like a hidden materia or something. Like that elemental that made me really sad I missed out on getting, because it's really needed. The elevator one came up. Okay. Since we're about to get Aerith back, how's she doing? I mean, her materia's got to get all switched up here, but what about her weapons and stuff? Oh, she's got quite a lot to do. Yeah, so you don't get to play as Red 13 in this game, unfortunately. And I can understand why. I mean, it's very late game. I mean, literally, I think I'm only like 2 or 3 chapters away from beating the game. We're getting close to the end stage. So you don't have a lot of time to like build him up and level him up and so forth and customize him. It's kind of like, here you go, you get him, you escape the building, game over almost. So, let's see, material slot, yes please. Connected, you bet. Attack spells, MP cost reduction. Oh, reduction 20%? Yeah. Anything to save MP on your magic caster is going to be gigantic. Pardon me. So I mentioned earlier that yesterday I went through, because I messaged you directly, Nimix, about this, that I, excuse me, also got indigestion. Went through, repasted my PS4, and it really needed, like, the old stuff, like the original thermal paste was just dried out. There wasn't too much left on the chip, so it needed it. And it surprised me, it's running perfectly fine. I mean, it's just, the only thing you can really hear coming out from the system is just the Blu-ray drive spinning around the disc, that's it. Everything else is like, it's purely silent. The fan's blowing, there's hot air coming out the back, but it's not like sounding like it's gonna take off and start flying around the room if it had wings. So it was well worth it. So just remember, if you have like a PlayStation 3 system onward, I don't know about my 360 should be okay, but I mean that requires a lot of special tools to do that I'd have to get that I don't really have, because it's Microsoft. They're like, we really don't want you in here, so you have to have like some special bizarre tool, not just like a screwdriver bit, but an actual tool to get into it. To my knowledge there. So my 360 should be mostly fine. I bought that new about 3 years ago out of the box. If you got like an old video game console, PlayStation 3 onward, I would definitely say look up how to like repaste your thermals and stuff, because you are going to need it eventually. So yeah, I'm just like completely impressed, because I remember thinking back when I got my PlayStation 4, because this is the launch unit I'm playing on, like how quiet it was, because at the time, like I didn't have a 360 because it had broke and died. I never replaced it because they're like, we want $160 to fix your broken PS3 or your broken Xbox 360 that failed because of our crappy engineering. And I was like, hey, guess where you can go sit and spin. So I'll play my PlayStation 3 a lot, and it's just like louder by comparison. It's like, like even like the Wii U, I was playing Bayonetta, that was, you hear that clunking around, all this super loud. And I got the PlayStation 4 and I was like, wow, this is super quiet. And I was like, and then like over time you kind of forget how quiet it used to be, you know, because you get used to like the sound of like the noises and stuff as they get louder and louder. And then you play games like Final Fantasy VII, which is pushing the system to the limit. Spider-Man really pushes the system to the limit, and that's when you really notice like how hard and loud the fans kicking in, and like, you know, it's like the system's getting really hot and all sorts of crazy stuff. It kind of sneaks up on you, don't really realize it. Ooh, magic attack power 18, I have to do that one. Plus you never had a PlayStation, that's cool. Oh, that reminded me, I also bought a PlayStation 1 replacement laser, so that's going to take like a month to get here, unfortunately. But that means when it does come here, if it works, which it should, I'll be able to do PlayStation 1 streams. Like, I'll actually be able to do Fox Hunt completely without it having glitching up because of running emulators and stuff, so that'll be awesome. Yeah, so the old Commodore, stuff like that, you probably do from like a good cleaning, make sure the caps haven't like ruptured on them, like the capacitors and stuff. Yeah, chips versus moving parts, exactly. But you have like old capacitors and so forth. Like I noticed that one of the caps on my Neo Geo started to leak, so I got to figure out how to work a soldering iron, like get it better at it, and and work on figuring out how to replace that.
What? You want to go?
Stop. This child's a friend.
Bites her face off. I was mistaken! Okay, so she's screwing with fate too. Like I said, Aerith knows what's going on. She's like, no, this guy's supposed to be our friend. Whenever you see that green filter, that's basically having to do with fate in the future. The old timeline.
So what the hell is it?
A fascinating question.
Did it just talk?
You asked what it is. I am that which you see before you. Nothing more. I'd appreciate it if we simply left it at that. Agreed?
13?
Red 13. The designation given to me by Hojo.
Then you must have another name. What is it?
Find out in the next game.
He got away.
So, we're gonna go get the son of a bitch.
Genova? Really? Genova? So no one's gonna talk about Cloud's undiagnosed brain tumor? Okay, so the game has, it's making me flip out and walk forward, so.
I have come for you.
Look, hide more loading.
Mother, together we will reclaim our world.
Sephiroth talking.
Mother, they have come again.
Kind of. Just gotta have like flashing red and I must. You're gonna fail your mission. Yeah, the skinny drug addict John Connor. Just kind of like it. That's what I find funny is like almost every single movie after Terminator 3 has officially wiped it out from canon. Yeah, why am I seeing Genova right now?
Cloud!
You know, Reno, I think you might be due for some R&R.
Nah, I'm good.
What are we going to do about Sector 7?
We
Nothing, they're
are going to
dead.
do nothing.
See?
Been thinking, was all that necessary?
No,
Had
but
we
it was
refused,
awesome.
someone else would have completed the task. We have spared that someone the burden of a guilty conscience. Perhaps that will ease yours.
Yeah, nope.
Let's try
Interesting.
another tack then.
Give him somewhat of a
They were
conscience this time, I guess.
sacrifice to balance the scales.
Say what?
After everything we'd taken from the planet, we were due to give something back.
Do you actually believe that?
Does it matter?
Really? Huh. That's bizarre. Yeah, like last 2 days, it's been like 70, 75 up here. It's been nice.
Yes. Understood.
Usually it's a lot harder by this time of the year.
VP needs us.
Usually for us up in Erie, like around late May or so, we're starting to get closer to 80. Rain for 2 days. Yeah, we had that too. I mean, we had like 3 days of rain move through, so
Oh,
it's
thank
been a
goodness.
funky weather pattern all
awake.
over the place.
You okay?
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I didn't miss about living in Arizona is like in
where are we?
like early April
Where I
you start
lived
getting up to like the
when I
90s
was
and
still a
stuff, and then the
child.
hundreds. So this is Aerith's other room. This is her room when she and her mother lived in the Shinra building.
Are you
Excuse
okay?
me, I see a...
Maybe you should rest a little longer.
No, I see a weapon container. That's what I see. Reinforced staff. Don't we have that already? Erisu? No, I don't. Wait, yes I did. No, I didn't. Conjure a magical ward. Allies who use ATVs within it regain partial ATV from your gate. So you use it and it gives you some back automatically. Refund. Okay. So it's kind of like, I guess, you have her arcane ward, which is this first one here, which is like if you conjure a spell and it double casts everything for the price of 1, so it's 2 for 1. I guess this one gives you more ATB back for using it here. Okay. Yes, this is like... So Aerith and her mother, her biological mother, lived here in Shinra Building originally.
I don't want you to push yourself. We're all worried.
Aerith, you do this? Yeah, they would come and give me some stuff, and I'd taste purple, and I'd wake up and I'd be drawing stuff. Like they're giving her LSD. This is what I used to see when they'd come and give me my magical sugar cubes. Oh, really? You don't say. Okay.
Are you okay? Maybe you should rest a little longer.
I'm just seeing if it gives
Don't
me
scare me
conversation
like that,
options for anybody else other than Aerith.
My mom and I stayed here years ago when I was just a little girl. The room looks exactly the same. Every morning, they'd come and take my mom away. I remember crying here alone.
Aerith, before we break out of here, talk to us. There's so much we don't know.
I'm a descendant of the ancients. That's pretty much it, really. Oh, but just so you know, that's not their actual name. They called themselves the Cetra.
We who were born of the planet, with her we speak, her flesh we shape. Unto her promised land shall we one day return. By her loving grace and providence, may we take our place in paradise.
You know it.
Yeah, well, honestly, I thought that part was just a fairy tale.
Shinra thinks it's true. They've been searching for the Promised Land for a long time.
And they must think you can lead them to it. Can you?
Nope. Someday, maybe, I'll find it in me. But now, not even if I wanted to.
Even if you could, that land belongs to the... to you and your people. Shinra's
Well, as
after
compensation,
it
we'll
because
let you
they
build
believe it's rich in
casinos.
Mako. Mako they've got no right to claim. But they'll try to take it anyway, won't they? Greedy bastards will never stop. Okay, new plan. Y'all take Aerith and get the hell out of here. Me,
Why, what are you gonna
I'm
do?
gonna go bust some Shinra heads.
Barrett, wait. You can't do that.
Yes, I can. Nope, hey, ghosts are pissy about something now.
Oh, great. These assholes again. Probably some Shinra science experiment.
Whispers. Perhaps
Well, he knows
best
what they are.
described as arbiters of fate. They are drawn to those who attempt to alter destiny's course and
I
ensure they
freaking
do
called
not.
it months ago. Or like last month.
Like capital D? Destiny?
Keep you on the
The
timeline.
flow of the great river that is the planet, from inception to oblivion.
And you're saying that that flow is somehow fixed?
Yes, for it is the will of the planet itself.
So if we're destined for a bleak future, these whispers will try to keep us on that course?
Yep, that's the whole thing, Barrett.
Now wait just a damn minute. How in the hell can you possibly know any of that? Spouting that cryptic stuff, which could all be
Red's
bullshit.
special.
Ain't you a Shinra lab rat or dog?
I'm not a rat dog. When Aerith reached out to me, I found this knowledge of the Whispers.
Listen to me. Please.
Aerith.
The
like they
Shinra
don't-
Electric Power Company isn't the real enemy. It started with them, sure. But I promise you, there's a much bigger threat.
They're not happy with her telling the
I
truth.
just want to do everything in my power to help. All of
She
you.
knows.
And the planet.
Aerith, what are you not telling us?
I'm lost in a maze, and every step is taking me further from the path. Every time the whispers touch me, I lose something, a part of myself. Follow them, the yellow flowers.
It's okay. We'll find a way out together.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay, you're gonna show us something? We're just looking at a static screen. This is like that part in Poltergeist. It's a hand gonna come out towards me. Oh,
There you are. Hey, what are you doing, man?
Wedge is
Hey
alive.
guys, long time no see.
Wedge?
You're here?
You shouldn't be up and moving.
Yeah, Wedge is supposed to be
I'm
dead in the
feeling
original
much
timeline,
better
so...
thanks to Elmira's cooking. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. Listen, any moment now.
What was that? An explosion?
HQ's running the show this time. They're raising hell to try and flush out the president. This complicates matters.
Huh.
That explosion just now put the whole building on high alert.
So now we're trapped in here?
No need to panic, little lady. See? You can still move freely within Hojo's laboratory. Find a way to the roof. An avalanche chopper will come to extract you.
HQ's bailing us out? I doubt it. Not after all the shit we've pulled.
I asked them really nicely. Like super duper nicely.
Thanks, Wedge.
Just get to the roof, okay?
Too much gravy moving through heart.
I didn't ask him to do any of that.
Yeah, this is really different.
I'm glad he did.
I'm gonna still chew him out for it later.
I mean, like, in the original game, you hear about, like, Avalanche being a bigger organization, but you never really hear or see anything like that. So, yeah, so I have Harrison in the party. Okay, well, okay, Barrett's out then. But you hear about, like, there's other big branches of Avalanche, and we're just part of it, but we're kind of like the more radical version of it. Although now they never attacked the original building. They never attacked the Shinra building, the Avalanche proper. And then you eventually find out that, like we're, like, this cell, Tifa, Barrett, and Wedge, Biggs, and Jesse were all, like, super radical. They're like, you guys are too crazy for us. Like, we're crazy. You guys are too crazy. You're out. You're on your own. But now in this version, in this timeline, they're attacking the building to try to help rescue you and take down Shinra, which is interesting. So that's different. So I wonder if, like, how much the Fate Ghosts are going to step in now. So we need to set materia. Got to get Aerith rocking and rolling. So she's got prayer. She's going to need a cure. Yeah, we definitely putting this on Aerith. We're looking that up so her spells are enhanced. Alright, let's see what else we need here. So she's got fire. Now, what she got? She's got fire already. Need to give her ice. Cure would be good. It's not length though, so actually we'll probably move that over here. First, what am I doing? I need to get her weapon up first. Okay, so everything's slotted. I also need to upgrade her other weapon. Oh, jeez. It's like, yay, we get to rock and roll and ground to a halt as I need to go through and equip everything on her and level up her stuff, like her reinforced staff she just got. Oops. see. Physical damage stuff would be good. Magic damage reduction when guarding. Physical when guarding. Tempesting which just that needs to go up. More magic. Okay, so it looks like this might be the last ones to do. Nope, wrong button. Bad. Wrong one. Okay, there we go. Really wish you could just like switch weapons right inside here. Now that like in this menu right here, just like hit the like R1, L1 button and like flip over. So to go back a screen. Hard Edge really don't use it anymore. It's so limited materia. Know that I don't give fly an F about. She's fine. Barrett's good for now anyway. Okay. Back to materia. Aerith, she's got fire linked up. Ice needs to be linked up with something else. Haste and stuff. We need to get that on her. Time materia. There we go. She needs like some kind of like MP boost. Okay, so this should be fine for her for now. Tifa. What she got? Healing. Warning, she's got linked to fire already. Deadly dodge. Lightning. Arrow would probably be good. Okay. Finally, we're ready to continue on this game. It's a lot faster than what it used to be, like in the original game by far. I mean, it was just so annoying. Like, here you go, put on your new weapon. You gotta take all the materia off at first, and then change your weapon, then put all the materia back on. It was like, it really stopped the game.
Anyway, we gotta get to the roof, right?
Then we can use the same elevator that Hojo did.
Sorry guys, I'm going exploring. Oh, this is where I was before. Okay. Neat. Except for I have a little more money to buy some more ethers, hopefully. $8,000. Yes, I can. All right. Ether. We'll buy those two. Phoenix Downs. We're definitely gonna buy them because I'm terrible. Okay, let me take a look. Forgot to, with Aerith, to also check out, see what she's got equipped for down here. Yeah, crap. What do we got? Cog Bangle. Supremes. So a cog would be excellent on her, so we'll buy a cog. Cog Bangle. Alright. So we're like half my playthrough is just me like in menus and saving. Hold on. Someone's shooting off fireworks. Hang tight, I'm gonna go see exactly what's going on. Someone's shooting off a whole bunch of fireworks like right next door. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. That was interesting. So, somebody in my neighborhood, like, cause like where I live is kind of like a big giant loop. It's like actually like two loops together, and like we're down at the bottom part towards the street next to McDowell High School in Erie. And somebody up in the northern part, actually the southern part geography here, but it's like higher up on the hill, towards the main road and cemetery up there, was shooting off a crap ton of fireworks. Now we have fireworks here. We have like mortar shells and stuff like that here, but these were like professional grade, and they didn't set the timer for like too high, so it was like setting off car alarms, and like it was like rattling the windows. It's like these are just way too big to have for personal use and to have them exploding that low. So what's the celebration? I don't really know. It's beyond me. I really am not sure. Schools have been closed for 2 months since the pandemic broke, so I'm not sure what that'd be causing it, but okay then. So that was a thing that happened in my neighborhood, apparently.
Yes, his odor still lingers.
See, there you are, Red. It's like, where are you at, buddy? This elevator, okay. So like there should be a thing there or something, but nope. Yeah, I don't even know if like you could hear it all from like the RTX like filtering, but it was like, whoa, okay, well windows are rattling. I need to find out what's going on.
What happened here?
The little ones in the pods. Where did they go?
It stinks in here.
Sorry, that's me. I forgot to put on my deodorant. It's been a long day.
One thing we can.
Someone's picking a fight.
So go give him one already.
Way ahead of you. Get ready. Two back.
Alright, ice. And lesser to lightning. Got it.
I'm coming! Stay back! You'll see. I'll put down ice. It's your turn. Oh, let's go. Too late.
Nice job. What?
I think I'm not gonna shake.
Shit! What the hell, Red?
Red's got some attitude. It's got that fiery passion. Haha! I hate myself. Okay, so let's see. What is down here since... Nope, that's where the game wants me to go. Okay, never mind. Not because they're standing over here like this is... wants me to go. No. Okay, it's blocked off. The door opens. Okay. So originally what happened in the game was, let's see, you break in the Hojo's lab, defeat whatever thing he throws at you. I can't even remember what it was. It was kind of like the Cthulhu type deal. It was kind of a big pushover. And then, for whatever reason, I can't remember, you get knocked out. You're in a holding cell. You're talking with like Aerith and Tifa and things like that through the wall, hearing different conversations. You passed out, you take another nap, you wake up, and the doors are open. Everybody is dead. There's like blood everywhere, blood trails everywhere, and then you go up and you find that President Shinra is dead. He's got Sephiroth's sword like stuck right through him. So, well, but things are quite different now with Avalanche attacking the building. Who knows how this is going to turn out? You make your way to top. You fight Rufus, who is the new president of Shinra. He's Shinra's President Shinra's son, takes over, and then you escape the highway, fight the murder ball, then game over. It's how it used to be in the original game. Well, not game over really, but I mean it was just like end of the first disc. Oh, there we go. Sephiroth's feather. Hinting.
Hell is this place?
Hojo's treasure. Shinra's dark secret.
What I wouldn't give to burn it all down. But we need to get to the roof.
Call me crazy, but I have a feeling I'm gonna need like air equipped to my weapon. Just something's telling me that like that'd be good to have. I don't know why. Barrett, this over from you. Fire, lightning, another fire. Let's give her ice then. Yeah, it's Genova. Or Genova.
What is that?
Genova.
Mother. Together, we will reclaim our world.
So this is a flashback here.
I'm sick of
Nibelheim.
this.
Yep. Cowboy Tifa.
I'm sick of all of this! Cloud?
Okay, so it's not Cloud just freaking out. Everybody can see him.
Tell me, is it really you?
Oh my god. Don't tell me they're linking this into Advent Children movie. It has to be.
Don't deny me.
I'll explain in a minute.
A touching reunion.
Very, very good. And thus is the hypothesis proven correct. I can only hope you will continue not to disappoint.
Okay, so explain what the hell happened there.
Hurry.
Yeah, shut up, Cloud. So, Advent Children was an animated movie that they put out, like Sony put out, like 2005, I think it was. It was clearly unfinished. It was just nonsensical garbage type deal. It was not really well looked upon, but people were like, were starving for Final Fantasy VII stuff, so they ate it up like crazy. I saw it myself. And what it is like after you defeat Sephiroth, you save the world. Sephiroth enters the live stream again, and he has like this curse called Geostigma, if I'm remembering this all correctly. I just saw Advent Children complete not too long ago, about a month or a half ago or so, before I got this game. So it's like this plague. Think of like leprosy almost. It's going around, it's killing people, everybody's infected by it. There's no cure for it. Cloud has it in his left arm. His like perceptibly like his left bicep is where he has it. It's like rotting away. It's slowly killing him, causing him a lot of pain. So he's constantly grabbing his left arm in Advent Children, which was Sephiroth's curse. So he sees Sephiroth here. This is tied into stuff there. He starts grabbing his left arm in pain. It's tying into Advent Children, which further is going back and proving the point that this is not it's not a remake, it's a sequel. It's all tied together. Because there's elements from Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus I found. There is, and now Advent Children is tied into it. Future events that Cloud is now seeing, what would be future events because he's in the past here technically, have woven themselves backwards. Advent Children finally ends there with basically Sephiroth comes forth summoned again, the One-Winged Angel. Cloud defeats him for good. Geostigma is cured. Humanity is finally freed from Sephiroth and the damage he's been doing. So yeah, that's why I would like, you gotta be shitting me. Like when he saw Sephiroth start grabbing his left arm because his left arm was infected with Geostigma in Advent Children. Oh man, it's funny because not like. A lot of people did not like Advent Children. I did not like Advent Children. I saw it and went, yeah, this is garbage. It's confusing garbage. It wasn't laid out correctly. The story was boring as hell. It didn't make sense. Pardon me. So Sony spent like another 2 years working on it or so, 2 or 3 years, and released the complete version. So people were like, is this going to fill in more of the story, explain what's going on? Kind of. Like Cloud and Tifa, they're not really together, but they're together. They adopt this kid called Denzel. He's an orphan. And Denzel is like, he's dying from Geostigma, like a lot of people are. And it keeps focusing on him, like, even more. Like, the story is like, no one gives two shits about Denzel. Like, we don't care about the stupid character who's just like, oh no, I had Geostigma and I'm dying. Wow. Yep, I'm here. I'm gonna walk around outside and look around and be astounded by everything. It's like, no one cares. Get to the damn story. They did expound more upon Rude and Reno, made them comic sidekicks instead of like psychopathic murderers. So this game's kind of softening them up that way too, giving them a conscience when they didn't originally have one. But yeah, it's just like, no one cares about Denzel. Nobody. You watch this movie, you're gonna be like, oh my god, who cares? Get to the point. Like that Family Guy clip, oh my god, who cares? You know, where he's in Sid Peter's singing in class, he has to redo 4th grade or something again for some stupid reason. Yeah, it's like show and tell. He's like, oh my god, who the hell cares? And that's what you get from watching Advent Children. So I wouldn't be surprised if more stuff from that pops up a little bit later. But they did expand upon the story, did finish some other scenes, updated the graphics because some of it looked really kind of janky, but But at the time, people were like, "Wow, Advent Children!" Like, it was like the highest resolution models you had at the time. But the crazy thing is that this model here is more detailed and looks better than the ones they had in Advent Children. Like supercomputers, like 10 years ago, we're not putting out what's putting on real time for the PlayStation 4. It's crazy. And I saw some behind the scenes stuff. They said like when we started making this game, the remake, we actually went back and tried to look at our Advent Children models and import them in, but the PlayStation 4 was doing better quality than we did through supercomputers 10 years ago. So they got rid of those models. So it's like, wow, that's crazy. Alright, lever! Let's pull it.
Test subject pods? Guess I can use these.
Yeah, we're gonna use them, alright. So now we know Advent Children's also linked into this. This might get even more convoluted. With Nomura at the helm, it's probably going to end a whole bunch of nonsensical, just like people wondering what the hell's going on. We're having conversations about fate, destiny, and cryptic puzzles, and like, Sephiroth, what are you doing? It is within the toaster of fate that your heart resides in. Go forth with the Monkey Kingdom. And that would be like, what the hell's going on? And people are like, ah, the Monkey Kingdom! It's that type of level stuff that Nomura is known for doing. I'm expecting it's going to happen all through the ending now. We're just going to have weird stuff. It's kind of like the dialogue from The Matrix Reloaded. Like, you know, I have to make a choice. But what is the choice? But I choose to make the choice. But why did you choose to make the choice? Because I had to just make a choice to choose a choice. It's like, who cares? You just basically, your decision. Here's your decision, Neo. Are you going to let Trinity die, or are you going to save her? That's it. You don't have to be going, why did I choose to let her live, or choose to make the choice that I was going to choose to save her? It's like, dude, you're making it too hard. When you go to McDonald's, you order a number 5. You don't spend 3 hours pontificating why you ordered a number 5 unless you have a mental disability or you're severely OCD and you can't function in life. And Nomura's typical, he's known for making his endings that way, so we're going to see how off the rails this goes at the end. So I think there's only 18 or 19 chapters. We're on 17, so we're getting there. Probably will beat this next stream, hopefully. I don't think I'll be able to beat it tonight. About an hour and a half to go, 2 hours or so. We'll see, but probably will beat it next time. Is there anything hidden around here? No. Okay. Also, Hojo's like, ooh, you're proving my hypothesis. He basically grabbed Cloud, like, at the end of Crisis Core. Because you have... Oh, there's enemies over there. You have basically kind of like, you've adopted Zack's personality in some of his movie, like, not his movies, his memories. Because you're both grabbed by Hojo, were put in tubes for like 5 years, and just had Mako energy dumped all over you, trying to create like new Sephiroth soldiers. And he injected like some Sephiroth genes into me, like into Cloud, which is why he has like super enhanced powers, even though he wasn't in Soldier. He's got like the Soldier Mako eyes, and why he's closely tied to Sephiroth, because he's got a little bit of the genetic materials inside of him. So Hojo was convinced that he could create new Sephiroth clones, and he's convinced that like later on in the game, the original one, he tells Cloud like, oh, you're not really Cloud Strife. I created you. You're a clone I made in the laboratory of Sephiroth. You're just a younger version of him. Which is not true, but he just says it to screw with his mind because Hojo's evil. But yeah, like Hojo's trying to create new Sephiroth. Hey, good thing I put the wind on.
That's that. Not bad.
nope out of here. So these guys were weak against ice, so since it's just by myself, I better use everything I can. If you left it pause, will Cloud continue to move as he was going to attack? Yes, it does. Like, when you're selecting stuff, the time seems to move according to my mathematics in my head, or at least 1/100th of a second. So time is still moving forward. Ever so slowly, it still goes. But if you're paused like this, nothing happens. Which you can't do. I don't think you can really do in the middle of the fight. It just brings it like the quit or resume type deal. But if you have the ATB gauge up where you're trying to select what move you want to do, or healing, things like that, time moves around 1/100th of a second as far as I can tell. Alright, Tyria.
Need a hand?
Thanks.
Hey, Red's here. Joining the party as a guest member, he'll fight alongside you in battle, but is not a controllable character. Yeah. He'll not appear on the main menu as his equipment and other settings cannot be changed. Okay, so you said the game's giving you limited time to think about potions and weapon changes and stuff. Yeah, it's not like a complete and total time freeze. Like the original version, the classic ATB, you put it on wait mode. Like when it was your turn, you could take as long as you wanted it. It didn't matter. Like you could just let it sit there on choosing the attack, spell, item. You didn't have to go into it. The game's like, it's your turn, we'll wait. Come back in 7 days, we don't care. So in this one, when you're right there, time is still moving just extremely slow. Alright, he'll not appear in the main menu as equipment, and other things not be changed. So he's gonna have to just auto fight with me. Okay.
Come on. Alright.
Like right now, see the sparks and stuff flying, you can see like the enemy's still moving, Cloud's still going, so if I do this attack, it's gonna eventually reset itself back through. This game really needs a photo mode. It really does. Oh, look at that.
It's over.
You okay?
Yeah. Where are the others?
Nowhere close.
Let's go.
Alright, so Red's in the party now. It's gonna be fun. Alright. I'm wondering. Alright, just go backwards. No, I don't think I did.
What is it?
Pred 13's leaping action. He can wall run, because gravity's not a thing.
If we flip that switch, we can get to the other side.
I may be able to do that.
You sure?
Yes. this do the trick?
Yes, good boy, good boy. Excuse me.
What kind of freak show have they got going on in here? Bring it on! Stay back!
Need a hand?
Yeah, right. Just have a little bit.
Roll against wind. Okay, perfect.
For how long? Get ready. Keep it together.
Watch and learn. Asshole! Want some more? Gotta love it. Eat this! Want some more?
Come on.
I'm counting
My
on
turn.
you.
Let's do this.
Shit, it's like they're turning out monsters here.
That's not
Yeah, that's kind of what they do. Hello. You're new here.
I got your number.
This is wind. Once it charges up enough electricity, it unleashes a highly potent special attack. For a time after this attack, the unit is susceptible to staggering. In fact, the only time staggering gauge can be filled. Okay, great.
Anytime now.
Okay, this is gonna be an annoying
It's on
fight.
you.
Need my help. So now, you got this.
Take it over. I'm ending this. Deal with that.
Not good enough. This is gonna stay. Want some more? Come on.
Hang back.
Always did.
Cool, okay, finally learned that ability.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
If you say so.
Guess we're
I
out.
do what of it,
What's the plan?
First, we find Tifa and Aerith. Then we head for the roof. Should be an elevator somewhere. Didn't expect any of this, but we just gotta roll with it. Come on, let's go.
That's where we came in. That's not foreboding at all.
The door seems to have locked.
Weapon.
No going
Cool.
back.
Twin Stinger. Guess Cloud? Yes. Ooh. Counter stance. Brace for attacks and retaliate with a powerful slash. That sounds cool. So it's like a stronger version of his parry almost. Magic attack goes way down. Defense takes a little hit, but of course this is unmodified, so. Materia slots, attack power, max MP up 15, that's good. Damage physical resistance, okay. I just got done robbing like Barrett to put everything on Aerith. It's like, oh man, come on. Alright, so I gotta redo him. Elementals with ice still, that's fine. So let's see, I got lightning, ice, fire is good. Oh god. So I was thinking, I was like, okay, no, I got the parry right there. I was like, holy crap, I don't have parry on Cloud? I do. I hated like my ears like crinkling. I say crinkle, it's like the eardrum, you hear kind of like crackling and stuff. It randomly, it's weird. Although it's one I've actually, like my right ear is almost deaf, so I've blown out that eardrum way too many times. It's literally like just scar tissued up. Writing. There's something on him at least. Oh, that's a funky looking sword. Yeah, so I just hear like my eardrum like crackling and crinkling. It's kind of like cellophane or something, kind of like crackling and rumbling around. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's annoying.
All right, now you're starting to impress me.
Uh-oh.
We got him.
It's like, we're trying to kill you. I mean, yeah, we're totally going for those bad guys.
Don't move an inch. We'll head down too. Be right there.
Huh? I can't hear what you're saying.
I think there's something over there.
But I want to see what's over in here. Something good. Hey, it's Willis. What's up? Yeah, you really need to do vocal warm-ups. Good to see you, my friend, as well. Welcome back. Ooh, there's materia over there, some kind of healing type, I guess. But yeah, vocal warm-ups are good to do. I used to do them before I streamed, but then I stopped for whatever reason, and I really should because I have chronic laryngitis. Although usually when I'm not streaming, I don't talk, so that helps.
Cloud? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You okay in there?
No need to worry. We're fine. But what do we do now? I don't see any way out of this room.
Can you all hear me?
Hojo.
So, tell me, how are you finding the drum? You know it's filled with the most advanced technology in Midgard.
This is still inside a skyscraper. It's like, this doesn't seem quite right.
You should feel honored to see it firsthand. You'll also have the opportunity to take part in a rather ambitious experiment of mine.
Is that like kind of like an outrun? You drive your convertible with your girl, and like you crash the car, you go flying out of it, but you guys are okay, and you just get back in and drive on.
Necessary preparations.
It's like crashing at like 160 miles an hour with an ejection.
Perfect position to do so. I look forward to data both invaluable and instrumental.
Necessary preparations? What the hell is this asshole talking about?
Can't we just ignore him and keep going?
I'm afraid not. If I know Hojo, he won't let us out until we indulge his request for data.
You said something about a ward, right? I'm pretty sure I saw a door to one upstairs somewhere.
So, you want to check it out?
Switch parties, yes. Well, I guess we'll do that. Yeah, so this is like
Be careful.
Thanks. We will.
We'll be waiting right here. If anything happens, anything at all, you call.
yeah, so that's basically, you know,
Roger that.
just like what Tualis does, but he just doesn't do it inside his truck. What he does when he hits other people, kills them. I'm sure they're like, man, why is my back hurting a lot? It's like, oh yeah, I didn't take a shower before I streamed and change up my patch, which needs to be done today, so I will be doing that when I get done with the stream. Right, let's iron these two lovely fine ladies. Need to stop harvesting. Okay, everybody's got something equipped. Good. Okay, good. So they're fine.
Hey, you think Cloud's doing okay? He's
She's
been
like, you stay
acting
away from my
really weird
boyfriend.
lately, more than usual.
True. But it's Cloud. I'm sure he'll be fine. But what about you, Tifa?
She's like, what do you mean by that?
Huh? Oh, I'm fine.
Hurt me. Are you guys hearing like random audio pops? I don't know if it's just my ear acting up because, like I said, I'm hearing that little crackling, crickling from my eardrum for whatever reason. I just want to make sure that my capture card's not screwing up. Oh, I love that. It's just her default attack. It's spinning back kick. Spinning back hook kick, man. She's got some killer speed. That will like crush bones.
I guess this has to be the third ward, right?
Think so, but it looks like the door's locked.
There has to be something we can do. Let's look around.
Gotcha.
First, let's take a nap. Interesting, this doesn't sell wind. You got fire and ice and lightning, but no wind. Yeah, they're fully healed and ready to rock anyway, so we don't need to stop and rest. Aerith, what are you doing?
Look! Now they can get across too!
We should let Cloud know.
Should we? Oh, it's the PHS terminal, okay.
Can you hear me?
That's how you'd switch out your characters in the
that
original.
ward he was talking about, but it's locked and we can't get it open.
All right.
About those preparations Hojo mentioned before. I think we're supposed to do something with that.
The central terminal. Interesting.
We were fiddling with some sort of control panel. Do you see a way to get across now?
Seems like like I said, I don't know if it's my ear crackling or not, but it seems like hearing audio bobbles or like pops and stuff. I'm not wearing my headphones, so I can't hear it too clearly, but that was like one of the first problems that indicated that my capture card was failing the first 2 or 3 times that happened. It's like, hopefully it's not doing that again. Okay, so I guess we do have to switch back.
All right. We'll make our way to the central terminal. Sit tight until you hear from us.
The hell kind of research is this?
The cataclysm that came from the stars, Genova. Hojo has devoted half of his life to her study.
I don't give a shit about any of that.
The experiments in this facility involve the enhancement of life forms and machines through the application of Genova biological data. Hojo's plan is to pit his subjects against us, thereby facilitating their growth.
So this asshole thinks he can treat us like his experiments.
I know what fate awaits these creations. Let us put them out of their misery.
So in the middle of this big giant skyscraper, like from floors
We must first find
68
a
to
passage
like
that leads to the center.
68 to like 85, 90 are just Hojo's indoor gigantic cavernous research lab. Yeah, it seems kind of weird.
Give it all you got!
Always do. Keep it together.
All right! Watch and learn! See ya! Gonna make your eyeballs pop! Still? Bring it home!
Let's do this. No holding back. I see you. I see you. Calling lightning.
Let's kick it up a notch! Gonna make your eyeballs pop!
We make a decent team.
Okay, so counter stance is kind of hard to use. I mean, you have to like put it on like hope they attack you.
Now it's my turn.
You gonna hit the switch there, buddy? There we go.
There's no control panel. We don't have the means to go this way.
So I mentioned earlier in the stream that Genovi, who's a YouTuber on like retro stuff, really cool content. Talked about him before. He follows me on Twitter for some reason, but he was playing this game himself. He got to chapter 8 or chapter 9 where you meet Aerith in the church, and do that segment where it's like you have to climb over like hand over hand over top of the ceiling. And originally I complained about it, and I still do, that part wasn't QA tested. It's buggy as hell. Like I was holding straight up, and all of a sudden I'd turn around and go backwards or stop and go to the right and everything else. He had the exact same thing happen to him, so it wasn't just me. Because he's like, "Oh my god, this is garbage." It's like, was it doing this insane stuff? He's like, "Yeah, exactly." I'm like, "Okay, great. It's something that they didn't test for. Nobody QA'd that part." And apparently everybody has the same results that I did, so it wasn't me just complaining like I had like a random one-off. It's displaying that way by accident. So I was like, all right, cool, validation. So I'd let them know, like, later on you're gonna have another hand-over-hand monkey bar section, not spoiling anything. And like, it's gonna control perfectly fine. It's not gonna be like this. This is just only that one area they didn't test right. They didn't do any QA testing or say, hey, we should fix this.
Wait a sec. Weren't the
This
girls
is currently
right by the door
broken.
to the third ward?
There are 4 switches. One for each ward.
Okay, so...
What the?
Transfusion procedure complete. Commencing test of augmented research specimen.
You need to warn the others. Tell them to be careful. Very careful.
You got it, Red.
Tifa, you there? We accessed the central terminal. The door should be unlocked now.
Okay, I guess we will switch parties. Of course we would, why wouldn't we? Crazy nuts.
Any one of Hojo's twisted creations could be in that ward. Be careful.
We will. See you in a bit.
Okay, so it's the same area. I didn't quite realize that. Nope, never mind. Out here, through this door. There we go.
So it's my turn? What do you think of this trick? That's it! One more shot! Okay.
Yeah, Aerith used to be... I thought she started off as like a powerhouse, now she's not that great.
Don't catch a cold! Here! Don't let him stop us! Go on! Why don't you lead the way? No surprises there.
Well, that fight went terribly, so Aerith is now weak as hell. Good to know. So it's funny, you get her and like she's just like wrecking everybody. She was stronger than Cloud when you first get her. Now, not so much. So Tifa's gonna be the reliable person. She's gonna be... Aerith is gonna be on support with spells.
What is this place for?
There's a sadness.
It's like a PETA commercial or ASPCA. Do I hear Sarah McLachlan in the background? We need to get on. Back in Tucson, there's a place called Zia Records. At least there used to be. I don't know if they're still around. They probably are. But with, like, you know, everything going to, like, digital for music, who knows? They'd have DVDs and movies and stuff. You could trade in stuff and store credit or cash. It was pretty cool. Awesome place to be. They had this wall there. They had a sign, like, for one, if they catch you shoplifting, they took a picture and put you up there with what you're trying to steal. And two, they also had another sign that said, anyone caught shoplifting will be forced to watch 3 hours of Sarah McLachlan ASPCA commercials. It's like, yeah, that'd be good torture. Oh, it's a doggy. We should pet doggy. Hi, doggy. Gotcha. Yeah, it's gonna be a fight arena. How fast does Aerith's thing wind up? Arcane Scepter. Familiar. Okay, pretty quickly. Because that fairy thing, kinda not that great.
You can do it! I got it! They're hurt! Keep it up! Everything's see ya! Yeah. No big deal. It's on you. I'll show you what I can do. Sorry, but I gotta. What do you think of this trick? Don't let him stop us! I'm feeling pretty weak. Stay strong and carry on. You're still doing okay, right? Come on! Yeah.
She healed and then died? How is that possible? What? Here you go, here's your all-healing spell, and then you're dead.
Bring it! Nothing to it. Yeah. Ha. Finish him off. Ha. There. To the limit and beyond. Bingo. Ha. Take that.
Yeah, that had to have been a glitch or something, because she did her limit break, which instantly heals everybody. And she just instantly fell over dead from doing it. It's like, how does that work? That reminds me, weapons... Tifa... Yeah, I love this one. Her attack just goes up, off through the roof. We'll do... I guess we'll stick with these ones I have right now, it's fine. 13,000 bucks. Yay! Thank you for the money dump. I'm like, what, 13? Yep, 13,000. You look friendly. Everything here is just super happy and wanting to be your friend. Can only move forward. Okay. I am locked into this action. I can't pause and get ready. Nothing.
Nothing can stop me. Come on. I'm coming. Back me up, okay? Can you take over for me? Go on! There's no escape! Ha! Bring it! Watch yourself. I'll take care of them. You'll see. That'll do! Whoa! See you around. Look.
Let's get across with those.
And then the pipe falls down in 3, 2, 1, plops. Sure. I'm feeling I missed something. I don't know why. It's like it's nagging at me like I missed something. Could be nothing. Could be wasting your time. If I am, I apologize. But it just seems like there's gotta be something in here. Something I missed. Okay, crap, I guess not. I just have this feeling like I missed something, like it was gonna be obvious, like, okay, this is... You're gonna open up something else, and it's like...
I won't give up. There! It's on you. I'm coming. Go on. What do you think of this trick?
I think it's pretty lame, to be honest.
Gotta go for it now. Back me up, okay? Sorry, but you handle it.
Okay, finally finally got that stupid thing on her. Good.
Give him your all! Watch yourself. I should probably heal up first. Come on, I gotcha!
But she is like super strong. I mean, you know, Aerith might be like really super weak now, but her spell healing game is like even crazier than before. Alright, so she got that one done. I can get that weapon off her. Yeah, I guess not. I just walked all the way back for nothing. Yay! Alright, at least we're getting a little bit more leveled up stuff and getting Aerith's stuff leveled up and going, like her attacks. So, crap. Wait a minute, see? Wait. There's... Look at this. There's gotta be some kind of... Alright, so keep going forward, basically. I should have, like, opened up a door that should unlock that then, hopefully. So it looks like a shortcut back. Alright, so I had a feeling I was missing something. It was right there, and I couldn't get to it anyway. Yeah. I'll just wait for this pipe to collapse so I can fight these people down here. Who could have seen that coming?
Did we wake him up?
Yeah.
Looks like it. Here goes. Yeah, there. Let's go on. You can do it. Okay, let's go. taking a little break. Take the lead? Come on, you can do it. Can you take over for a bit? I think I need to lay down for a bit. Got a sting! Give me your best shot! Keep it up!
Barely pulled that off. Is this really the exit?
It is. Let's go back. Must get secrets. That's what I was looking for. Yay! Force bracelet. Ooh. Currently, bracelet cruciform material panel enhances material resonance. That means absolutely nothing to me. Or then basically you can link two things together, which is awesome. Let's see, what do? Here got Cog, Supreme Bracer, not that great. Okay. Need to have, not equipping it just yet. A potion.
I hate that man, I really do.
No, they do. They have for a while now. You should see the body painting ones now. They're like, oh, it's art, and it's just like literally like nude girls just painting on their breasts. It's like, yeah, and Twitch is like, oh, we can't do anything about it because it's art, and you can't restrict artistic freedom. And then they have, literally, kid you not, a trans deer who trans female identifies as a male deer who thinks that all gamers who are not trans or male deer kind, are white supremacists, is now on the Twitch safety panel, which basically says, you are being racist, you can't have a platform, you can't do anything like that. Yeah, that person's in charge again. They're getting a lot of pushback. So hopefully Twitch will boot that person off, because they do not need to be there. If you have a known documented history of saying like everybody but you is like a horrible racist, and that it's like you can't use voice chat in video games because that's like it's basically like it's picking on people who don't use it for whatever reason. It's like, excuse me, what? Oh, you're what we call batshit insane. Got it. It's a Macau shard.
Nothing's gonna stop me.
It's like, you can do whatever you want. You identify however you want, I really do not care. But like, when you start like saying like everybody but you is racist, you know, for this insane reason, because you don't identify like they do, like that's a problem.
You're up. I'm
Where
coming.
are you at and what have you been doing?
Too bright? That's it. I think we're almost done. This one's for you. You jittery?
Listen, we had like, I have friends who are furries. I'm fine with it. I have friends who are trans. That's fine.
Okay.
But like, none of them say like you have to be a furry. You have to identify like I do, like, or you're complete and total racist and Hitler and everything else. It's like, I don't think you really work on my reality here.
Show me what you can do. Can you take over for me?
Worked up a good sweat.
Yes, the world has gone mad. It was always mad, but it just gets even more insane as you go through. So I'm not sure if this is the way I'm supposed to be going or not. Like I said, it looks like it, perhaps. We'll see. That's a switching box.
You think now the others can get across too?
Yes, I can! Okay, so that's where I was supposed to go, so I'm going to turn around and head back and explore! Yeah, it's also people like that too, are like the same way. It's like, well, you don't share my political views, well, therefore you are worse than Hitler. It's like, no, not really. I have my own political views, which I don't really talk about here on the channel. Other people have theirs. Sometimes they do. But it's like, I've been called like a Hitler and racist because I don't, have their political views. I'm like, why? Why would that be? It's like, I got into it with one of the guys from Team 4-Star who said like everyone who is of this political leaning is a homophobic racist. And he's like, it hates gay people. I'm like, dude, I'm bisexual, and I'm like, what you're... Oh, by the way, I'm bisexual. Congratulations, no one gives two shits. But it's like, yeah, I'm bi, and I'm part of that party. You just slandered everybody. So he's like, no, you're not, honey. It's like, what? It's like, excuse me? How? What now? How's that work? Yeah, go for the bilateral party. That's what I'm saying. We need to get rid of all parties and other things there, and we need to replace them. We need to have the tasty crats and the finger lickins. Because everything's good. And, like, KFC can endorse it, and everybody gets free chicken. But then, of course, it's going to make people like PETA upset, because they're upset over anything, really, so... Like, who cares?
Hey, Cloud? We used the control panel here a little while ago, so you should be able to get to the
If
other
there's a
side.
Popeyes nearby, a good Popeyes, I'm like, I don't have a good one here in Erie, but... No, if you want really greasy stuff, Wallace, go to a Church's Chicken. They have that where you live. Church's is like, I don't know, like they're cooking it like in like 200-degree oil or something, because it just soaks up everything. My call center, I was working at the time, I was working for Verizon, and they had a call center, it was offshoot from there. We had ordered in, like, Church's was having a deal, we worked it out, like, hey, we are going to give you a crazy ton of money here. If you give us a discount for X, like, we need like 500 you know, one-piece like chicken meals. Like we're giving everybody like a drumstick of chicken if they wanted it, or biscuits, things like that. So we paid all the money. It was like something like 10,000 bucks or so. And all these churches closed down at like the one location just to feed us at the call center to make sure we're all done. That was like, they put it in these cardboard boxes and they were like dripping grease through from the chicken. I mean, it's like, I was like, oh my god. That was the first time I had church's chicken. I'm like, is this normal? And people were like, yeah. I'm like, that's horrendous. It's like, you cook chicken at a higher oil temperature so that way it doesn't soak up everything and greasy. It's like, fried chicken should have a little grease, but it shouldn't be greasy, and that was just like dripping it. It was disgusting. Also, KFC chicken back where I used to live in, Long John Silver's mixed with it. Oh! So I was like saying, Long John Silver's, where everything tastes like fish, even the water.
You two stay there. We'll call if anything comes up.
Okay. Be careful.
Alright, so we're back with the Cloud and the gang. It's like Cool and the Gang, just not as musical and awesome. Yeah, so we have Long John Silver's here. It's not too bad. They've actually gotten better from what they used to be. It used to be like I said, everything tasted like fish horrendously, but this one here, they actually clean out the oil, which is nice. So whenever I get a hankering for just like fried grease, which is not very often, I'll get like their 8-piece shrimp meal with extra hush puppies. And that's like 2 meals for me, and it's just like, then my gallbladder throws a fit, but every once in a while I just get that kind of urge like, I want some fried garbage. Alright, so 2 opened up, I think is where we need to go next, I think.
Transfusion procedure complete. Commencing test of augmented research specimen.
Yeah, exactly. Because you get a person like that in chat who is like, well, either one, if they come in and start trying to pick a fight like that, like you can see they're picking a fight, like, hey, you guess who I am? It's like, okay. Or if they start dropping like Zazam, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of avoid it because no matter what I say, I'm gonna be wrong. I'll avoid it there. But like I said, I'm just basically under the opinion of just don't be an asshole. Just be cool. Just like come in, watch, hang out, chat if you want. Don't push your ideas on anybody else. Just have fun. I mean, it's basically just having chatting here back and forth, playing a video game poorly and slowly, and that's what it should be all about. Making sure nothing else has developed here, and that's what it should really be. It's like if you're going, unless you're going into a channel that's like specifically like debate me on like how many genders there are, or your political affiliation, or which language is the superior language, or should Twellis be banned from playing driving games because he murders too many people with his trucks, you know? Then that's, if you label your stream that way, then that's fine, but if you're just showing up like in a random things like, here, let me pray for you, it's like, why? I've had that too. Like, one time I was modding for Yellow Killer Bee, we had a person come in and was like, just start like going like, hey, Jesus is great, and you know, Jesus made sure that you're playing so good today. I'm like, and it's literally, that was like the first thing that came in their mouth when they came in. I'm like, okay. So I was keeping an eye on her, making sure like she wasn't getting uncomfortable, and she was like rolling with it. I'm like, okay, fine, we'll let it go. And the person's like, I'm gonna do a prayer for you in chat, and I'm just like, so I quickly messaged her. I'm like, hey, pop up. You're like, stop what you're doing. Do you want me to ban this person or not? She was like, let it roll. I'm like, okay. I was like. It's like, as long as the streamer's fine with it, sure, but I mean, just don't go proselytizing, you know, everything else here. Just show up for video games. If you want to do that, do it on your own time, but I don't go into other things like, have you heard of the Church of Bayonetta? You know, it's like, let me tell you about this here. It's like, I don't go into other streams talking about Buddhism to people, you know, like, hey, let me tell you about the teaching of the Buddha that you don't really care about unless, you know, you're just playing a video game, you're like, excuse me, why? What's going on now? Should have probably seen what door I was next to. Okay, no, we need to get down to 2. I think I can get to 2 now. Yeah. Do you like being a taser? Yeah, a taser, yes. Okay, so we still can't get there just yet. Do I have to circle? Can I circle back to that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I wasn't paying attention. I was going on a mini rant about basically just play games and have fun and Don't be a dick. Wait a minute, no. So, Cloud and Company, I think I need to switch to them next. And run across. I think they can get to section 2, I think. Oh, yes. Like I said, I don't care what you say. You know, I'm not gonna be a real trucker playing with the keyboard and mouse like you do. But I'm gonna get like my steering wheel out, I'm gonna hook it up, I'm gonna get a trucker hat. We'll get some, maybe we'll have the Chuck Norris Breaker movie playing in the background, which will get like me totally nuked and kicked off. But yeah, it'll be great. Basically see who can rack up the most damage first. So where was 2 at? There's 2. There we go, now we can get over. Okay, there we are, this is what I was supposed to be doing. And a webcam? Well, if I'm wearing a trucker hat, I'd have to have a webcam of some sort. Of course, yeah, I mean, there's no point for me wearing a trucker hat if you can't see it. Yes. It's like me, without a shirt on, I confuse babies and scare women, so that's why I keep my shirt on. And the dogs with the bees, and the dogs that bark shoot bees out of their mouths.
It stinks. More of Hojo's experiments.
No, you clearly have IBS and need to address your problems there, Cloud. It's a very long list. We can keep going. I mean, it's going to take a long time, but I don't really want to do that.
Commencing test. All personnel.
Wow, who could have seen this coming?
Commencing test.
No holding back. I'm waiting.
Okay, let's just find out what these things do.
Allow me.
Braver limit break. If only had my limit break. Technical damage not available. Yeah, so nothing is fine. So just don't use fire on.
I'm waiting.
Why do you suck so much? Counter chance thing is a pain in the butt.
That's gonna die here! Bring it on! Fire! I'm
GBM
One
stream?
step at a
No,
time.
GBM doesn't really
I
stream
hope you're
much.
enjoying your
YKB's pretty much retired
experience.
from it.
Why don't you come down here and ask me?
Before you get any ideas, you should know this glass is bulletproof.
Yeah, I kind of realized that.
No discernible changes after contact. Most fascinating.
Hey, we ain't done yet.
We are done. Yeah, she's pretty much retired from streaming. She actually streamed last month. She came back for like one day for like Animal Crossing. Like 30 people showed up. It was a lot of fun, but she's just kind of given up on streaming and moved on from it. Because I knew that like it was a lot of, not going into personal things that I know, but like it was a big time commitment from her. She had a lot of other things she wanted to do, and she's going out and being more personable and sociable. And I fully understand that, like, you know, especially pre-quarantine, she was getting out a lot more in her community and having a lot of fun, and she wanted to do that more instead, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, don't let this take over your life. Like, you have, like, don't let it be a burden. It should be something fun. Like, I look forward to doing this every other day. I have fun with it, you know. But if it's not fun anymore, if you're like forcing yourself to do it, then it's time to kind of step back and give it a break. So she's kind of retired from it. GBM was always sporadic anyway, but yeah, it's like they just don't really stream much anymore, which is fine. So I'm guessing this is where I need to go. Yes. Yeah, I think you did. Met her at a GDQ. Astral Cuff. Magic defense over material defense. No, thank you. Wrong again. $2017. Okay, because I couldn't remember if it was like 15 or 17. Says the ghost smashy smashy. Barrett's in a hurry to get there. Oh, great, Grandpa, that stupid thing
All
again.
personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
Don't let any Shinra scum escape!
Wasn't planning on it.
Guess it's my turn! What the hell?
That it? My turn. Get ready. Come on.
Okay, that's great.
Get your shit together! This is gonna sting!
Alright, so I need to get rid of the stupid little satellite things first. That is trick number 1. Because it just like powers them up even more. Now, I'm wondering if Cloud's counterstand thing is actually like working where I have to like hit somebody with it, because like it sucks so far. It's like the most annoying one trying to get to that skill up and running. I'm hoping it works just from like trying to get it to run. Okay, apparently it is. Even if I don't hit anybody with it, just by using it, it's actually leveling itself up. It's like you stand there and the game's like, oh, you turn on your counter stands, we're not going to attack, we're going to wait until afterwards. And as soon as it goes away, they're like, aha, now we'll do it. Really, game? We're going to do this nonsense? Alright, so let's see, what do we got linked? Okay, Cloud's got the experience up, that's fine. Go up as well, that explains why we're getting money out the butt. Shoot, I'm trying to think here what I need to have. What was it? Not this one here, but... Magnify, that's what it was. Alright, let's try this again.
Commencing test. All personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
Take your best shot. I'm ready for you.
Keep it tight. Come on.
Is that all you got?
Yeah, we're doing real fucking great. Try this again! It sounds to me like I'm hearing stuttering from the audio, which is making me really nervous about my wonderful capture card, which has a history of breaking and gone to garbage, so... Yeah, Barrett's still linked with his Magnify. Okay, good.
Commencing test. All personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
Give it all you got.
Always do.
Hey, it worked.
Take the lead.
Watch and learn.
Come on.
Suck. This is gonna be big. You're up.
Taking over. It's on you.
Actually, I hate to do it. We gotta do Mega Potion.
Bring it home.
My turn.
Coming at you hard and fast.
Keep it together. Keep it up.
There we go. That was better.
How'd you like watching your precious toys get torn to shreds?
I never grow tired of watching my toys be broken, no matter how many times I've seen it happen.
Hang on a second here. I'm gonna unplug the HDMI, plug it back in. Hopefully this doesn't kill the stream. Let's see. Will it come back? No, it's not. Alright, so hang tight. Gotta drop the stream. I will be right back. See if this comes up here. Yeah, it does. Alright, so it's just the Elgato's freaking out. So hang tight. I'll be right back in like 20 seconds.